guys, welcome back to another episode. On this one, we're going to build a strut brace for the XF. I'm going to show you how I did the arms with the heim joints and using hydraulic tube, how I did the rings for the shock tower and the gussets that get welded to that for the heim joints to bolt to, and also the piece on the firewall that I've already welded on there previously. It's just a piece of angle line that I sort of opened up at the center and then made it fit the firewall itself, due to the firewall being not perfectly straight on that section. It sort of tapers off, which is just part of the factory mold. So yeah, welded that into place, cleaned up. Most of it will get done this episode. There will be a little bit left over for the next episode due to not having the right burr bit to clean out the center in between the gussets on the firewall and on the rings for the strut tower, and the TIG welding of the heim joint to the hydraulic tube. I just ran out of time due to the Christmas period and all the rest of it. But we'll get most of it done this episode anyway, so it should be pretty good. So let's do it. Okay guys, this is the setup for my strut brace. This is the factory shock tower support that I've sandblasted and gone over with a wire brush. This is the hardware, so it's an M10 and M12 with the washers and nuts included. These are the hoops. I've made a plate steel 10mm thick, 152mm diameter on the outside and 90mm diameter on the inside with a 10mm hole. These are the gussets or supports, also made out of plate steel 10mm. And they have a 12.5mm hole, just so I've got a little bit of play there to get everything just right. The passenger side is the longer one, and that overall length is 530mm thereabouts, and the driver's side is slightly shorter, overall length of about 510. The tube itself is 25mm hydraulic tube. I got from a hydraulic shop, so 25mm outside diameter, and the wall thickness of that is 3mm, which is perfect. Pretty much what we got to do now is, well, put it all into place, put the hoops on, put the shock tower back on, bolt everything up, get it all, pretty much in place, and then adjust the arms. The arms have a 1/2 inch UNF heim joint on it, so get the arms to length, so pretty much all the exposed thread itself is roughly even, so it looks nice, and then tack it all into place. After that, we'll clean it all up with a die grinder, and then properly weld it in and get it ready for paint.
Both rods are measured and cut to length. Cleaning up the edges before I take out a bit of the metal inside the tube to make way for the heim joint. The heim joints have been in the freezer overnight. This is causing the metal to shrink. I'm heating up the hydraulic tube with a heat gun, causing the metal to expand. This will make it easier to mate both pieces together. I will hit the heim joint into the tube with a copper hammer.
Hey, hey, hey.
First we'll drill the 90mm hole, and then I'll progress on to the 150mm hole. Using a hole saw to do the first hole.
A wet metal linisher machine is used to get the surface completely flat. Next, to move on to the uprights or the gussets. These are CNC machined flat before I start drilling the holes and rounding off the edges. The welds previously done on the shock towers are cleaned up and the surface is cleaned up, ready to mount the hoops and the shock support to get everything mocked up into place.
You were next to me, cause it's been a long day. I just wanna lay down and sleep on my bed, but you stuck in my head. I don't know why, wish that you were next to me. Next to me, you keep testing me. I knew that we were meant to be, the connection was mentally, but I wanted you physically. Basically, I'm trying to say is that your body is heavenly, chemically inducing me with ecstasy. Your smile in your eyes, I could go endlessly. Angel in disguise, gotta treat her carefully. I despise all these guys that try to step to me. Just know in her eyes, I'm the recipe to her bakery. I need her and she need me. Nothing could change at the Fago to her blueberry. Nothing could top that if you want. You could see what true love looks like. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Been a long day, I just wanna lay down and sleep on my bed, but you stuck in my head. I don't know why, wish that you were next to me, cause it's been a long day. I just wanna lay down and sleep on my bed, but you stuck in my head. I don't know why, wish that you were next to me. I wish I was with you, like can I convince you to come drop the addy, I'll pull out like tissue. I don't want no preview, yeah, give me the sequel. I murdered a kitty, no desert like eagle. Let me come show you what I'm about. Leave my kids dancing in your mouth, and if you're ready, I'm heading towards the south. After bed, we can hit it in the couch. Found a knob, heavy dripping like a spout. Slurp it up like you Kelly in a drought. Switching routes, hit the G and make you shout. But it's all in my head, why can't you just get out? Why I think about you now, I have no clue. Thinking about us in the clouds, drinking soju. You laugh at my jokes with a snort that is so you. There's more to your beauty, can I get to know you? Been a long day, I just wanna lay down and sleep on my bed, but you stuck in my head. I don't know why, wish that you were next to me, cause it's been a long day. I just wanna lay down and sleep on my bed, but you stuck in my head. I don't know why, wish that you were next to me.
Everything gets installed, mocked up, ready to be tacked into place. The gussets are now getting welded to the hoops.
Okay, as you can see, it's basically all done. All the welds are done. I still need to clean up in between the gussets or supports for the rods themselves. They'll get done as soon as I can get the piece for it, the burr bit. I'm still waiting for the nuts to lock in the rods themselves. They're still in the way, so as soon as I get them, that'll be another little section done. I'll TIG weld the heim joint to the tube in between now and the next episode, get all that done. I'll go over it finally with a wire brush, just finish it all up. And then, yeah, it's pretty much done besides a little bit of body filler and coat of primer. But it turned out pretty well, it's pretty strong. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Thanks guys for watching. It's another episode done. Another job off the list, which is good. The list is definitely getting smaller, like I keep saying every episode. It is definitely getting smaller, which is good. There's still a little bit to do with the strut brace itself, just to finish it up, to get it all nice, and then obviously we can prime it and get it all ready for paint. Majority of it's done. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Turned out pretty well, especially the first time I've done it. It's sort of overkill for what it is compared to the ones you can buy, but I'm happy that I made it. I think it's a lot better. I think it's a lot stronger. And I think it's going to reduce the amount of flex I'm going to get through the firewall itself, which is what I'm aiming for. In case you haven't noticed, I've got these shirts, King XF 985, with a logo on the back. I'm going to start printing them. If anyone's keen or would like one to help the channel out, email me at kingxf1985@gmail.com and I'll reply back to you and hopefully get a few sorted. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to the next one and see you around.